Not many people in the English-speaking world have ever heard of Louis de Funès.
But alors you are French? Hmm? You are not English?
Nevertheless, he was the highest-paid actor in all of Europe in the 60s and 70s. But what made him such an internationally popular star, and how did he get there?
Merci.
He was basically a silent film actor in the age of sound because of his emphasis on communication through body language. Anytime he appeared on screen, he blew up like a cartoon character, irascible like Donald Duck. But behind his over-the-top caricatures, he took his craft with extreme seriousness and perfectionism. Among his silent film heroes, Charlie Chaplin was probably his greatest influence because of the way he made fun of people around him, especially those in superior positions. De Funès, on the other hand, played arrogant people who embarrassed themselves through their own stupidity. About these roles, De Funès said, "I like stupidity. Often what's funny is authoritarian stupidity. The bosses, big or small, that I've seen in my life, they've made me laugh inside."
Vous vous appelez comment?
Marguerite, et vous?
Je m'appelle Monsieur le Directeur.
Ok.
Even though he never directed or wrote any of the films he acted in, Louis de Funès saw himself as an author in his own right. Because of that, he liked a director who would give him enough room to improvise.
Je ne veux plus être dirigé. Mais il peut me dire, dis donc, je crois que tu pourrais essayer ça, essayer, essayer, d'accord.
But all the years of rigorous work spent perfecting his craft only started to pay off when he was in his 50s. He was born to poor migrant Spanish parents in Paris and had several small jobs throughout his youth to make ends meet. But despite limited resources, he had an incredible talent and passion for music that certainly contributed to his sense of comedic timing in his film career. Doesn't that remind you of someone? Throughout his first years in the business, De Funès kept perfecting his brand of exaggerated acting, immediately recognizable for his grimaces. He even became known as the man with the 40 faces per minute because of that. Pouic-Pouic became his first big commercial success as a major character in a film, and his fame and paychecks kept rising from there. He became an international star thanks to Gendarme de Saint-Tropez, which led to a successful film series where he played Ludovic Cruchot, a grumpy and conservative French gendarme consisting of 6 films in total. Some of Louis de Funès' most memorable roles were his collaborations with another popular comedic actor at the time, André Bourvil, in films like Le Corniaud and La Grande Vadrouille. Bourvil usually played a very kind but ultimately naive type of character.
Pourquoi voulez-vous les faire arrêter? Pour vous descendre, pardi. On est très bien comme ça.
These films were some of the most successful in their careers, both commercially and critically. In fact, when La Grande Vadrouille came out in 1966, it became the largest box office success in France for 31 years, until the record was surpassed by Titanic in 1997. Throughout his acting career, De Funès also had a prolific presence in theater. When the Comedy of Errors Oscar came out in 1958, it immediately put him on the map in the industry for his unique brand of comedy. The play became an instant hit, and De Funès reprised his role as wealthy businessman Bertrand Barnier several times throughout the years, even in the film adaptation in 1967. He corrected and varied his performance from show to show, trying something new every time. He always strived for spontaneity. His work started through observation. He loved to look at people and animals and study them so much that he would make spot-on impressions of them.
Vous avez vu, hein, c'est ça les Anglais.
Oh, ça m'étonne, ils étaient plutôt sympathiques.
Ultimately, he made people laugh because he was a very attentive observer of human behavior and expressed these universal traits with extreme visual clarity. De Funès' interest in cinema wasn't limited to acting. He was also curious about other aspects of filmmaking that could strengthen his performances or gags. For example, the way the light is used in this scene was his idea.
1 Kilogramm Kartoffeln, 1 Liter Milch, 3 Eier, 90 Gramm Butter, Salz und Muskatnuss! Muskatnuss, Herr Müller!
His sons Olivier and Patrick de Funès wrote a book about their father called Louis de Funès Ne parlez pas trop de moi les enfants, and Olivier shared this acting advice from him. You have to observe a lot. That's how you learn. Take an interest in technique too, in light and sound. That will help. You know, if I didn't pay attention to the lighting, people would never see my eyes, or else they'd be washed out blue. Louis de Funès never deserted comedy, even when he wasn't allowed to be as crazy as he did before he had 2 heart attacks in 1975.
Calme-moi! Mieux que ça. Mieux que ça.
He didn't feel the necessity to act in dramatic roles because he felt it was his duty to make people laugh. Luckily for us, this talent is still alive on film, and it's a timeless gift for so many future generations to enjoy.